Today we're going to talk all about the different travel documents that I think it's important for you to think of taking with you every time you travel and what Gordon and I take with us. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and today I wanted to talk about the different documents that we take with us and kind of how we organize some things, and I am really hoping that you will add in the comments anything else that you take, how you organize your information to take with you when you travel, and so all of us will have everything that we will need and could potentially need. So first of all, let me show you. I have this handy dandy little pouch here. It's zippered and I really like that it's see-through. In here right now are our vaccine cards with the information on the vaccines that we have received for COVID. So let me start with that first. So first of all, we always take those with us. I know that those requirements are gone in most places, whether you're going on a cruise or if you're flying to a destination and you're going to go sightseeing, but I just take them with us because you never know if they might come in handy somewhere or somewhere that you want to visit actually requires those. All right, so I always do take that in this. And you know what, we also have photos of those. I've got photos of them on our phone. I've got I also have a paper copy that each of us carries in our bags, so that if something, our carry-on, so that if something happens to one of them and we wish we had a paper copy, the other one has it. So that's kind of our backup plan. In this pouch I also put our passports, and that's one of the reasons that I like that it's really clear, is then as I'm packing I am easily able to double check and see that they're there, and throughout the trip I can see what is actually in this pouch. So when we take our passports with us, which we always do, if we're traveling here just around the United States we don't, but whenever we're leaving the United States, even if it's on a cruise that is considered closed-looped, so that you can get by with your certified copy of your birth certificate and your driver's license, we always take our passport with us. And as we do that, of course, we take the actual passport booklet with us, but I also have photocopies of those, printed out on paper for each of us, and we have photos of them on our phones. The reason that I make a photocopy of them and tuck that paper in as well is in case we lose our phones and our passports. Then we have still got a copy, and I keep, once we get on the ship, I put this in the safe, okay? And it depends on where we're going. If I take our passports off the ship with it, I know that some people say always leave it on the ship. Some people always take it with them. I kind of go back and forth depending on where I'm going. I don't know that there really is a rhyme or reason to go with that, but I do. Sometimes I take it. Sometimes we leave them in the safe, but we always have a copy of it with us at least. And I'll just tuck that in my day bag for the day. The little purse that I wear crossbody, I'll just tuck them in that for the day. But we always take that with us. And like I said, pictures of it on our phone as well. Another thing we always do take is our driver's license. I know that when you travel abroad, you can get by with your passport, but we take our driver's license just, sometimes if you're buying something with a credit card, they want to see a photo ID, and I think a driver's license is really handy for that. They're just sometimes that it comes in handy or that you might need it. So we always take a driver's license with us. If you are going to travel somewhere and you are going to rent a car outside of the United States, you can get an international driving license. And Gordon always does that for us because he's the one I drive. I'm the navigator, and if you're somewhere where you drive on the different side of the road that we drive on here in the U.S., I'm part of the, I'm also the one that tries to help us stay on the right side of the road, but he always is our driver. That's just the way we've done it. I'm a good driver, but he drives. So you can get one of those international driver's license at AAA. That's where we always get ours. He's going to get one for this next trip when he'll be driving us around Belgium and into the Netherlands and back again to that Brussels airport. So keep in mind that you're going to need that if you're going to go driving around. You have to rent the car, but you also have to have that international driver's license. So we always take that. Another thing that I think is really important to take is copies of your credit cards that you're going to take with you. And I always do it so that I've got copies of the front and back of the card, so that if I lose that card, I've got the phone number to call. I also put that phone number in my phone But I really like that I have some of my credit card numbers memorized, but I don't have all of them, the ones I don't use as much. And so that's a really good way to do it. Then if something happens, I also have pictures of them in my phone. But once again, what happens if you lose your phone and your credit cards or something like that, then you've still got those phone numbers to be able to get help, to be able to call and take care of that. So we always take pictures of those as well. We also take a list of medicine that we each take and why we take it, because with some medications, and this is like prescription, there can be different reasons why you take it. So I always take that in case something happens to us. If something happens to one of us and the other one's in a fluster, we've got that list of what the other one takes, and heaven forbid something should happen to both of us, that list is right in my bag, so anyone would be able to see, any healthcare professionals, what medicine we take every day. Another thing and that is also, like, we have a picture of it in our phone. Gordon has a copy of it that he keeps in his backpack, and I have one that I keep in my bag. We also keep with us, the same way that medicine list is with us, like some people to call if something does happen to us, so that if anything happened to both of us, then they know who to call. And we generally have our children on that list because they would be good to contact and then go from there. So make sure that you have information with you on who someone should call if something happens to you. And also, in addition to that, and I learned this from Cruising for One, Jeffrey, his blog, when he cruises alone, he always has, he puts it in his cabin, and now I do that too when I go by myself, like who to call if something happens to me. Like if you get sick on the ship and they're there, then it's really easy to see who to call, and put that list of medicine there, just in case something happens. And I always like to think if you're ready for it, it won't happen. But those are the things that we always take with us. Those are what I think are the really important documents that you take with you if you're going to travel. And like I said, we take that list of medicines with us everywhere. The only thing that we sometimes don't travel with here in the United States is our passport, if we're only going around only going around the US. Everything else we take with us. Now, if we're going to go on a cruise, let me just tell you some of the other things that we take with us so that you can think about maybe what you want to take with you. And please do, if I have missed something or something that you take that you have found helpful, please do put it in the comments and share any experiences that you've had or how this has worked for you. But we always take with us a printout on a cruise ship of our itinerary, where we're going. That's just funny that I do that. I know, it's from the old days before we had an app and when I was wanting to think of things in my mind. I usually take that. I usually take a list of the excursions that we've got, and be aware that as you print your travel summary, your excursions will show up. Now, I always print the travel summary. The travel summary and the booking confirmation together, those documents are really important because it will show everything that you've paid for. It'll list your excursions. It's really important to have with you so that if anything comes up that, on board that they say, oh, you haven't paid for your transfers, like happened to us before, you can show them that yes, it is right there on what you have paid for, and it's included on that itinerary, on your booking confirmation, or over on your travel summary. It shows up differently for different cruise lines, shows up a little bit differently these days if you booked with a travel agent or on your own, but between those two documents, you've got everything that you're going to need. Another thing, this is but like if we are staying at hotels before the cruise or after the cruise, I print out the information for that. Gordon has it digitally, but I like that paper copy, and then you can throw it away when you're done with it, so you don't have to take it home if you don't want to. But just anything to do with your travels, to do with logistics, I always take that with us. And then another thing to think about, and I've got a couple here. So often, when you go somewhere, you look up things in a travel book so that you've got directions to see things, or maybe a walking tour you want to go on, information about a cathedral you're going to visit. And here, these are my two favorite ones, and we can talk more about that another day, but I do, and here tucked in there is the tube map, but from London. But the thing that I think it's really important to think about is these books weigh an awful lot. And so yes, sometimes I do take the whole book with me, but in my old age here, I am starting to not always take the whole book. When we just went to Vienna at the end of March, beginning of April, I took the whole book with me, and it actually came in really handy. I was really glad that we had it. And sometimes, you'll go on a trip and you'll think you'll have everything in your mind, but then you'll end up having extra time. So it's really nice to have the book if you can't think of right off how to fill that time, what else you could see. So I do like that. At the same time, if you have a book that you are looking at wherever you're going on your travels, and there is just a little bit of it that you are going to even be needing or using, I have started taking those pages, either taking those pages out or taking pictures of them on my phone so that I have it with me and then I don't have to carry it with me. I don't only not have to take it with me in my luggage, but I also don't have to carry it around with me the whole day or days that we're in that location. I can easily look at it on my phone or else open the paper pages that I've copied or that I've cut out of the book and look at them and throw them away when I'm all done before I come home. So those are things to think about. Let's see. I always print out our flight information. I know that is in the app these days, but I print it out in case we've got any delays, and then I've got it right in front of me when I'm working with the agent to get rescheduled for a flight. That's always been really handy for us. And yeah. Oh, and I do print the other reason I print the excursion information is sometimes if you're going on a 2-week trip and you're going to lots of different places, I think it's really handy just to look and see what the information was about that excursion so I can look at everything and make sure that we've got the right clothes on, that I've got everything with us, and I'm anticipating what that excursion will do. Usually I already know, but I just do that just in case I forget. So in the comments below, if you would share the things that you always take with you as far as documents go, how you kind of manage your tour books, things like that to make them manageable when you travel, I would just really appreciate it. And yes, please do that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, if you would please subscribe, we'd love to have you with us. We know that you've got lots of valuable travel information. We'd love to have you in our Let's Go family, even if you haven't traveled anywhere yet, because we're all here and excited to help out. So if you appreciate these updates, please give this video a thumbs up, and I sure will be talking to you again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.